You have a situation that really needs balance and has sort of been stuck in some sort of cycle. Somebody may be leveling up spiritually. Somebody may be kind of getting rescued from a cycle that they've been juggling. Spirit's sort of been keeping their eye on you. Spirit has really been looking out for you. And they've sort of taken control over this situation. They see how much you've been juggling, and they see how hard you've tried. It seems like you've kind of been stuck in this karmic cycle of having to sort of keep getting up and continue on, regardless of what happens to you. I think you've been through a few painful things. You've had a lot on your plate. But regardless, you've really kept the hope. You've really stayed positive. And amidst all of this pain, it's really caused you to elevate your gifts, nonetheless. You almost were to a situation where you wanted to look back and say, was what I've been doing worth it? What have I even gotten done? What have I even gotten done? Because I'm always busy. I'm always doing something, yet nothing is getting done. I'm in this loop. But you've still stayed hopeful. You've still kept the faith. You still kept getting back up. And I think Spirit is now saying, I got this. I got this. Let me take over now. Let me sort of even out the playing field a little bit and make this make sense for you. They know what you've been through. Absolutely. Absolutely, they know what you've been through. They're sort of giving you a fresh start, sort of a new opportunity, and you're definitely in it. You're definitely interested, definitely curious about this opportunity. I think you've kind of taken it on. You've taken it on in a major way. You really do see the bigger picture. You really do think that this is going to be fine. You feel like that the old cycle has been sort of completed out of the pain and the agony and the trauma. And yeah, this is now a season where it's time for you to feel fulfilled. You're still a little curious as to whether or not what you've been doing was worth it, but you're sort of looking back at it now and realizing, like, yeah, it kind of was. It kind of was. You're really understanding that regardless, Spirit is definitely in control on this one. Your spiritual gifts are ascending at a fast rate. I do feel that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They don't want you to get too impulsive with it. They don't want you to scare yourself, because what's happening right now it's huge. It's life-changing. It's life-changing. You're going to be happier than you've ever been. But these gifts may kind of cause you to be maybe a little bit impulsive, maybe a little bit chaotic, maybe a little bit. They really just want you to think through the consequences of every single move that you make right now, because what's happening is so rapid. It's going to be coming in very fast. Spirit is quite literally filling your cup up. Quite literally. They don't want you to get too far ahead of yourself. They really want you to think. Think, there you go. A little bit slow and steady. Just a little bit. Just kind of really think. You may have people coming in that are kind of from your past that you know, want to connect with you or whatever. Spirit is saying that they're in your past for a reason, and that they would probably slow your progress down too much. You do want to continue forward. You just want to continue forward in a way that makes sense. These people from your past would only bring you burdens. And also, you've carried enough burdens. They don't want you to think that this season is about burdens. But you did have to get hurt to learn them. That's just what it was. Your pain was absolutely for a reason. Not one thing that's happened to you in this past year to year and a half has been without purpose and without reason. You've had a lot of people sort of come against you and pawn their burdens off on you, and you ended up carrying a lot more than what you should have been carrying. It's really slowed you down, and it's really caused you to sort of be delayed in a sense, but this is not that anymore. This past season was really about learning who you need to have around you. You need to see it. You need to see who is supposed to be around you right now, because the types of people that hurt you, you should be able to recognize those like the back of your hand at this point. You should be able to really understand this equals this. People who come in and act chaotic and impulsive and reckless and lack the ability to see the consequences of their actions and don't treat you with care. They don't handle life with care. This is what happens. You get hurt every single time. Painful endings all the way around. So they want you to see that. Remember that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that, because that cycle is done now. All of those burdens that you carried, trying to help other people and trying to accept people that really couldn't even help themselves, and that brought bare minimum effort and that moved too slow. Spirit is saying, don't forget those. Don't forget those people. Don't forget those times. Really take a look at it. Right now, something is happening very fast spiritually. My God, thank you, Spirit. Wow, wow, wow. This is not something that is going to make sense to you right now. They want you to be disciplined in the gifts that you're receiving. And although they're going to be probably scary and also exciting at the same time, this is not something to take lightly. You've earned these. Every betrayal, every backstab, every lie, every time somebody stole from you, every time somebody betrayed you, every time somebody mishandled you, they don't want you to forget that. They do not want you to forget that. What's happening is going to happen very fast, but Spirit literally has it for you. Quite literally, everything is about to even out, but it is up to you to act upright. Okay? Although these gifts are coming at a rapid rate, and you may have felt like recently your life is literally changing overnight. Nothing is the same as it used to be. That's true. Spirit says that's true. You need to be very, very smart and calculated with the gifts that are coming in. Please. You've already gotten away from that old season, and we all know what that old season was. We all know what that old season was. We all know what that old season was. That is not something you want to go through again. You've really worked hard, and your spirit team has worked hard to keep you safe and to keep you grounded, to keep you learning in the same hand. The same time that you were betrayed, you were also learning. You were also leveling up your gifts. So please understand that nothing was without purpose. Nothing. You may have not believed that at the time. Yeah. Nothing is without purpose. Thank you, Spirit. Nothing. You've really completed this level, this season, this karmic cycle. It's over now. If you think that everything feels different right now, that's for a reason. You've really earned and worked your way and manifested your way to where you are right now. And Spirit said, do not forget that. Do not forget that. You've had people that have pretended to love you. You've had people that have pretended to be there for you. You've really had to make some tough decisions. You've really had to make some tough decisions. You've had people pretend to partner up with you and pretend that everything was kind of working in unison and y'all were collabing well together. And we all know how that ended. But nonetheless, it did end. This next season is really about you celebrating your life with the people that matter most, but also remembering where you come from, what you had to go through to get to this point. Don't forget that. I want to know what kind of gifts are coming in. You might have had a near-death experience. You had something sort of soul-shattering, groundbreaking sort of happen to you. I get within this past year and a half, you almost had to fight for your life. Quite literally, fight for your life. You had to work your way out of that. I mean, you had to aggressively get away from something. From people that you didn't even know were literally leaving you out in the cold. You had to be very calculated. God, these things are coming by so quickly. You had to use your intuition. Thank you, Spirit. My God. These people maybe sparked something within you. They sort of maybe sparked passion or a streak of creativity. They sort of came in with these offers and made these kind of kind gestures to you and really bonded with you. And, you know, toward the end when you got left out in the cold because you said, what's happening? That, you know, y'all really had some chemistry together. You and this, I get that this was a group, or I think it was a lot of people over a period of time, but you had to really get in tune with your intuition because they definitely were in tune with your intuition. These people brought conflict and left you sort of stagnant. While you were working, they were not. Okay? While you had intuition and you were sort of being calculated and moving with the sense of purpose, they were being calculated with you. So although y'all may have had chemistry, although you may have had a period of creativity, you had a decision to make that you really didn't want to make. There, what Spirit says, for a while, you really avoided making this decision. You really avoided making this decision, but at the end of the day, it was time. I mean, you had to get out of there. And that's the truth. You had to find something that was more aligned with who you are and your soul, your purpose. Because this, getting left to figure it out by yourself, don't forget that. You had to work your way out of this. You had to get unstuck. Okay? Don't forget that. Your gifts that are coming in right now, first of all, you're learning to protect your light with the dark. We now understand that when we have a light inside of us, okay, we have to protect it. Not everything is all bright and cheery. There's things that we need to do to protect what we have inside of us. We understand now that we have to remain consistent. We can't stop regardless of who comes toward us. We know now to discern. Our discernment is getting up. Your discernment is so on point right now. You're able to make a logical decision so that you don't have anything to escape from. And amen for them leaving you out in the cold by yourself. Because guess what, baby? You learned how to do it by yourself. You learned that you don't need anybody. You learned that you can have your own creative streak, your own passion, your own spark within you. You've learned to keep things to yourself. You've learned to keep things to yourself. You've learned to keep things to yourself. You've learned to stop telling everybody everything. Because not everybody that approaches you with seemingly good intentions means well. And you now know that. You know to not speak on everything. You now know that your intuition is just for you and you don't need validation from others to believe yourself. Doesn't that sound crazy? How long did you do that? Asking other people to validate you. Well, my intuition said this, and no, that didn't happen. Are you sure? Okay, I'll listen, because these people were calculated with you. You now know that. You have a gift. They didn't have a gift. They were spiritually destitute. They were empty inside. They were poor spiritually. And they used your creativity, your passion, your spark to fuel themselves. So of course they were going to come towards you with these gestures because they needed what you had inside of you, and then they wanted to not validate you for having it. They wanted to act clueless when your gift started coming in. You had to emotionally disconnect. You had no choice. These people don't have the same work ethic as you. They don't. And that's what boosts your connection with your spirit team. Please believe that every time you got left out in the cold by yourself, left to figure it out by yourself, baby, you were never alone. You were never alone. You were never alone. These people are definitely not happy right now that you are moving forward, that your gifts are elevating, your intuition, your discernment, your ability to keep it to yourself. That's a gift. You have to know that. That's a gift. Do you know how hard you had to work for that? How many times you had to pray? How many times you had to fully and truly be by yourself and in agony and pain and had to really just trust yourself when you had absolutely no proof? What other gift, Spirit? Your protection is at an all-time high. And the reason that you're protected right now is because you learned how to stand up for yourself. Spirit says, yeah, we back that. You know how to make decisions now that are head over heart. You keep your emotions behind you. You think more logically. You're still able to nurture others, but you make sure that you're grounded first. You make sure that your money is up first. You make sure that your stability is up first. You make sure that you're feeling nurtured first. You'll never empty your cup out for another bitch again. Swear to God, that season is over. That season is over. You will protect what you have at all costs. And in you doing so, Spirit will protect you at all costs. You now value yourself. You value your gifts that Spirit is blessing you with. You have the ability to see the bigger picture now. You didn't have that before. You can see things for what they truly are. You can see things for what they truly are. It doesn't make you a bad person. It lets you know this is what I have to do for myself before anybody else comes before me. You have to make sure that you're okay first. You will never get left out and drained again. You will always make sure you're straight. You've learned the difference between people who breadcrumb you and people who are morally, spiritually upright, who operate with integrity. You know the difference now because these people reminded you of your childhood and you thought, well, this feels familiar, but it wasn't a good familiar. It wasn't. It was not good. It sparked something in you, but was that a good something? Were those good people? Absolutely not. But you now know that. You've always had hope. Right now, I feel like you're developing some sort of telepathy. I'm really not sure. I don't know why I feel that. My ears are ringing right now. What is this? An inner knowing? Maybe an inner knowing from your past life, something that happened to you in your past life. I think in your past life, you were more, you held a sense of authority, spiritual authority. And now this life, you're having to start over. But something sparked in you for you to recognize your past life and you're moving forward with that. The gifts that you have that are coming in are really and truly otherworldly. I can't really call it. I'm not really too sure what this is, but you may even have the ability to see people's inner child. You may have the ability to see what sparks others. You may have the ability to enhance people who are emotionally immature. You may sort of elevate them. You may sort of lead them and guide them using your intuition. You had a lot of spiritual authority in your past life. That's the truth. People came to you crawling in, and you have this nurturing presence. You help the people who are depressed and down and out. Because you've also been down and out. You help them get back balanced. You help people who are juggling a lot. Because you've once juggled a lot. You know what it's like. You help bring positivity and light into their life. You take them from heartbreak to quite literally being happy. You help them. You nurture them. You have a nurturing presence. But it's something about your spirit that nurtures them. You give people hope again. You're a healer. You give people hope. You've had to walk this path alone, and that's why you know that you can be independent by yourself. You're very honest with people. This is true. You're very honest. You give them just a little bit of hope. You've had to do this alone many lifetimes. Many lifetimes. This has been you before, right here. Sad, down and out, anxious, depressed, with anxiety. But you've taken that pain, you've literally turned it into hope. And you tell people what it is. You use your intuitive abilities. You discern who needs assistance and who doesn't. Who is this? Are they like that because people left them that way? Did they do this to themselves? Do they do this to others? What happened to them as a child that made them act this way? What did they believe? Who hurt them? Do they hurt others? Are they indeed a good person? If they're a good person, you help them. If they have hope, you help them. But you can feel what they need internally. You know what they need. You know what they need. You can sense it. You can sense it. You take people who are in lack spiritually and you get them back aligned because you know that's their path. Wow. I think that the people that you're helping are people that you had a connection with in your past life. There may be a certain spark that happens with certain people and you feel like you've known them for forever, but you have. You've known them before you've known them. From the past, you know them. That's beautiful. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Notice intuitive thoughts, downloads, and epiphanies, clear cognizance. The intellectual psychic pathway is trying to break through the noise in your noggin. Instead of analyzing, notice insightful thoughts appearing fully formed in your mind, out-of-the-box epiphanies, large and layered chunks of wisdom arriving instantly like a computer download. And aha realizations. A calm, still mind creates more room for guidance. Practice detachment. Refrain from pushing forward a specific goal or attempting to figure everything out. Ask less of life and your sixth sense to receive more now. Mentally and emotionally move away from a concern or desire. Out-of-the-box epiphanies arrive via non-attachment. Evolution and positive progress are in process. Accept, observe, and wait. Release someone else's energy. Holding another's energy and emotions might look trying to manage, change, contain, or control them. Might look like trying to manage, change, contain, or control them. When another person's energy overwhelms you, separate in a healthy way. If you're lost in someone else's energy, mindfully focus on a different topic, spend time apart, perform a ritual of release, or speak to a caring counselor. Create energy instead of mirroring it. Humans mirror the energy they encounter in others or in the world. Instead of being reactive, generate energy proactively. What type of energy would you like to experience? Let it begin within you. Energy is infectious, so others may mirror back your healing energy. Mindfully expose yourself to the energies you wish to cultivate. Yeah, you have a lot of gifts coming in right now. A lot. I mean, this is You have a lot going on right now. Clear energy blockages. Practice activities like meditation or Reiki to balance energy. Your energy centers and promote holistic well-being. Set intentions. Use affirmations or visualizations to actively mold your future and attract positive outcomes. Seek wisdom from elders or mentors. Their life experiences hold valuable lessons that can illuminate your own path. Listen to your inner voice. Tune into gut feelings and intuitive nudges when making decisions or navigating uncertainty. Give me 2 challenges that they're facing right now, please. 2 challenges. This one wanted to come out real bad. A challenge or frustration, psychological blocks to thought, activity, or including grievances. Delays, restriction, resistance leading to strength. Innovation, self-reliance, distress, confusion, conflict, and the power of will to overcome it. Male fertility, internal growth, common virtues, common sense, simple strengths. Family love, caring, human, warmth, home. Physical strength and speed, untamed potential, a time of great energy and health, freedom, energy, action, courage, strength, tenacity, understanding, and wisdom. I'm going to get a timeline real quick for you. I want to see, when can we expect these gifts to come in? When did these gifts start coming in? Are they already here? Are they coming in the future? When should we expect that? When did they start? I'm fucking weak today. Number 52, May 2nd. February 5th could be significant. January could have been significant. 2015 could be significant. 15, 51, May 1st. January 5th, by the end of the week, something is going to happen to confirm that for you. There's no way that 51 and 15, listen to me, something started in January of this year, and by the end of this week, you will absolutely have something confirmed for you. Look at these fireworks happening, 4th of July vibes. You have the power to create timing by taking action. The number 34, 51, 15, 52. April 3rd, March 4th. Life Path 3, Life Path 4, Life Path 5, Life Path 7, Life Path 1, Life Path 11. Next summer, something could be happening, but I do get that it's this summer. I do feel that strongly. Something started in April. So we're already almost, no, we're in July. So about 3 months ago, I do feel that. April 2nd, February 4th. It's the wrong time. Something happened in February that was the wrong time for something else, but it's now time. You had to let go of that. Whatever that was, you had to let go of that. Something significant could have happened this past October. October 24th, October 4th, October 2nd, 2024, October of 2024. Yep. April 2nd. Time will bring a surprise. The number 32, you could be 32, you could be 23. You could be 44, you could be 52, 42, 51, 34. Time will bring a surprise. March 2nd, February 3rd, Life Path 3, Life Path 2, Life Path 5, May. Something on the 23rd. The next new moon, you could be born in 1994. You could be 49. I'm here in 2009. Something on the 13th, the 9th, the 4th. You could have a 4-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 13-year-old. Next new moon, I think, is coming up. Next full moon, 48. You could be born in 1984. You could be 48. Have faith. Divine timing is at play. You could be Life Path 9, Life Path 8, Life Path 4. August. Ooh, that's this upcoming month. August 22nd. Time is frozen. 55. You could be 55, 22. 55 is angel number for change. 22, Life Path 22, master number. Could be 31. something pink, involving something pink in the next couple of days. 31, the 13th could be very significant. If today's the 5th, the 13th, that's in 8 days, okay? That's in 8 days. January 3rd, March 1st could be significant. Life Path 3, Life Path 1, the 13th, the 31st. 5, 5, 5, 5, change. Amazing chemistry, terrible timing. Time to let go. Y'all need to be careful for meeting somebody who you think you have good chemistry with. It's not the right time. December 26th could be significant. June 2nd, February 6th, Life Path 2, Life Path 6. The 8th, August. May. A lot of signs are heavily pointing to August. August. 4 plus 4 is 8. August. 2 plus 6 is 8. August. August 4th. Okay? Really and truly, please keep an eye out for August. June. Something could have started happening in June. July, the 7th, Life Path 7. Could have a 7-year-old. It's time to move forward. You're going to have something happen to you. And next week looks promising. July 3rd. Something could have just started happening on July 3rd. March 7th, Life Path 7, Life Path 3. You could be 37. You could be born in 73. Okay? We'll leave this one here. 4, 1. Next winter, something could be occurring, okay? Possibly in February. You could have a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, 2014, 2016. July, June, May. Life Path 4, Life Path 6, Life Path 11, Life Path 1. And again, we'll leave this actually here. September 23rd. You could be 23, 32. May, February, March, Life Path 5, Life Path 2, Life Path 3. 2023, something could be significant. Something in September. Okay? That's when your gifts are going to start to come in and elevate and enhance. You're going through a major, major ascension.